Hi, I'm Dave, and wait, you're Jennifer,
Yeah.
but we didn't see a movie.
No, that's true. We
We
didn't.
didn't see a movie today.
No. We still
What's
are a
going
middle-aged
on?
couple, however,
We are, and
who
we
really likes
yes, we
going
still
to
like
movies.
popcorn. Wow, we
And
should
we
have made
like
popcorn.
popcorn. Oh, we should have made
But
popcorn for this.
nobody wants to watch us eat popcorn. What do they want to watch? They want to watch us talk about movies. That's
I
why
guess they do.
tune in.
Yeah.
They tune in, and that's why they click that link. And so we're going to talk about movies tonight, aren't we?
Well, I think we're going to talk about 2025 in movies.
Okay.
Yeah. This is our last video. Our plan was to make a video for all the movies that we saw together in the movie theater in 2025. And we've done that, right? So we're not going to get to another movie before the end of the year. So we figured we would make a
wrap up.
Yeah, like kind of reflecting on this little project.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be Dave and Jennifer went to the movies in 2025.
We did.
With a big spoiler at the end for 2026.
Spoiler?
Yeah.
What's the spoiler?
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. So I've got a list of things over here. You're going to see me look over like this. I actually, there's information over there. I'm not just like.
We actually prepared for this.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So, okay. So, Jennifer, what did we do in 2025?
So, we made it. Didn't I just say that? We made a video for every movie we went to see in the movie theater?
Looking for more granular.
Oh, granular data. Yeah. So, we made 47 videos,
yes.
Right? Which is crazy. I was kind of hoping we could get to 50, but there was just like a whole bunch of not stuff I wanted to see in the end of the year, like when I actually had time to go. It was very odd.
And yet.
But yeah, so we made 47 videos. Some of those videos were about more than one movie. So in the end, we talked about 51 movies.
That's right. We made one video that was about 3 movies,
Mm-hmm.
the original Star Wars trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we made 2 videos where we had seen different movies, but they were thematically connected enough that we decided to put them together as one video.
I feel like one of them was thematic. Like one was about Valentine's Day. The other one, I don't think that was thematic.
It's about dangerous machines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we decided that there was a theme.
It's Megan 2.0 and F1.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just decided that theme right now.
Hey,
Okay. So, of those videos, I can tell you that we had some very interesting data that YouTube collected on them. For instance, the most viewed video that we had was The Naked Gun.
Yeah, and I don't really know why.
I mean, it kind of flopped. I don't know. But for some reason, you, the viewers, and thank you very much, we appreciate it, all clicked on that link. Why not? The second most viewed video was One Battle After Another, which is not all that surprising. That was certainly a video that's on everybody's Oscar list. It's a video that's going to get a lot of attention. Yeah. The most liked video, for instance, was One Battle After Another. Our second most liked video was Juliet and Romeo.
Well, yeah, we roasted that thing. We read that movie
for the only 2 people who
filth.
saw that. We were 2 of the 10 people on Earth who saw that movie.
Yes, we read that thing for filth. So it was entertaining to make that video.
I think I said that I liked some of the music.
Yeah, no, you had more and more positive things to say about it, and I felt bad about hating it so much because the people who were involved in some of the people that were involved in it were in the theater, and I wanted to be joyful for them, but instead I was embarrassed for them. Yeah.
Oh well. So, but somehow that was our most liked movie. Okay, I have a little more data breakdown here. A little fun little thing here for you. So I identified that we saw movies in 4 different genres, and these genres are a little silly, but we're going to go there. So we saw 18 movies that were dramas, and I'm including musicals in that number.
Yeah, I don't know that I would put musicals in drama, but, drama and melodrama? Sure. As one category?
Yes, and we saw a surprising number of musicals this year. We saw Purple Rain, saw Juliet and Romeo, saw Song Blue.
Yeah.
Wicked for Good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So everybody tells you the age of the musical is over. We saw at least 4 of them.
Yeah.
And we're not even musical fans.
Exactly.
So it happens. The biggest category of movies we saw, and this is not a huge surprise for anybody who knows us, is action films, including superhero and sci-fi films.
Mm-hmm.
There were 19 of those, but that's only one more than the dramas.
Things that go boom.
The least populated category was comedies. We love comedy movies, but they just don't make them. So there were 4 films, and a couple of these films actually made it into 2 categories. So Shaun of the Dead is both in the comedy category and our next category, which is horror.
Okay.
And you really don't like horror movies.
I don't, but I think I am wrong about that. I think I used to not like horror movies, and I think I'm getting into some element of them.
Well, because by my count, you saw 10 of them this year.
Yeah.
Or at least we discussed 10 of them this year.
So Shaun of the Dead and
We Bury the Dead.
Well, what's that one from 1981? The big
Hellraiser,
right? Like Hellraiser, you know, like
we saw The Damned.
Yeah, I guess that was a horror movie.
Yeah. We saw a bunch of horror movies.
Yeah. You saw
Yeah.
more horror movies than that.
I certainly did.
You saw many more than I did.
And that is actually going to factor into our next thing, which is we're going to talk about what our favorite movie of the year was. And of course, we decided to do this separately, so not to influence each other. And then we went off to our separate corners, and we wrote down what our favorite movies of the year. And neither one of us has one answer because that would be too easy.
Yeah.
Although I think I know what your actual top one
Well,
is.
Sure. I mean, that's fairly obvious. Yeah.
And I specifically did not pick that one. So, even though I could have, because it definitely fits in my criteria.
Yeah.
But I broke it down by genre again. So I said that my favorite horror movie of the year, which you did not see, was Bring Her Back. It's a terrific movie.
And you like that better than Weapons?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Bring Her Back. It's much more of a old-fashioned, just scary as hell, unrelenting, dig your heels in horror movie. And I honestly think it's one of the best movies of the year. In any genre.
Right.
And the performance by Sally Hawkins in that movie is, I think, Oscar worthy. She won't get a nod, but it's absolutely Oscar worthy. And the kids in that movie were great. It is scary as hell, and I think it is absolutely fantastic. It's made by the same people who made Talk to Me from last year, or maybe 2 years ago, and which I also loved and thought was a fantastic movie. These guys, they're brothers. Whose name I can't remember. It doesn't matter. They make incredible movies, and I really look forward to what they come up with next year. But that was my favorite horror movie. For my favorite silly movie is something that we did actually review, which is Megan 2.0. That was one of our 2 movie reviews where I saw it and you didn't. It was very silly, but I really enjoyed it. I love the Megan character. I love the world of Megan and or Mithrigan, as we like to say. Those in the know. I love the fact that she had a popcorn bucket where you had to crack open her head and dig around inside for the popcorn. I do not own this popcorn bucket, and I never will, but I've seen it. And
but you appreciate that it existed.
Glorious. It's cheap plastic crap, but it's kind of glorious. The movie itself was an absolute failure and a bomb, and in fact, they canceled the spin-off movie that they were going to make. Based on that same universe.
Wow.
And it looks like there will be no Megan 3.0.
Okay.
Which is sad because it's Mithrigan 3.0. Would be just so cool. Myth 3.0 would be such a great movie. It is sad because I think that there was something in that first Megan movie that was definitely worth turning into a franchise. As much as Chucky, or any other sort of goofy horror character like Freddy Krueger. So it's sad. I really liked Megan 2.0. I am the only person on earth who actually liked that movie, but I did. I liked it a lot. And finally, my favorite movie overall, my favorite drama, my favorite serious movie, my favorite Oscar contender, my favorite, whatever, I don't even care, was Begonia. A movie you didn't see.
Yeah.
I went and saw it without you, even though you kind of wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bad husband.
It's fine. And, I was dubious about it. And then you were like, yeah, you probably wouldn't have wanted to see it. So,
it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It's a tough movie.
Yeah.
I think A lot of trigger warnings for that movie. It's a lot of woman in peril at the hands of dubious men, and it just yeah,
Sounded like Under the Skin,
a little
and I
bit.
had a hard time with that movie.
Anyway, I don't need to tell you guys about Begonia. You know about this movie by now. People have been talking about it. It's Yorgos Lanthimos doing his thing again. I loved Poor Things the year before. I thought it was just fantastic. One of my favorite Frankenstein movies. And Begonia is not a Frankenstein movie, but I still loved it. And I think, yeah, another director to watch out for. So that was
I
my
still have
favorite.
not seen any of his movies. Like, he just keeps making movies that are about things
Yeah.
that I don't want to see.
Yeah,
You know,
and they get pretty gross.
or some of the earlier ones. He did The Favorite, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and that I did want to see, and I just kind of didn't. You know, like,
Yeah.
not that I avoided that, but the most recent few have been movies that I've been like, these are not things I want to see, even
Yeah.
if they are good quality.
That's fair.
So I wrote a list that started to be top 5, and then in the end, what I ended up making notes about is like experiences that struck me, and there ended up being more than 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my absolute favorite movie of the year might be 1000% obvious to literally anyone who's ever met me at any point in my
Yes.
life, which is Sinners,
Yes.
which I saw 3 times in the movie theater, and once on HBO,
Once in IMAX.
and yeah, like actually paid to go to an IMAX at theater to see it. Like, it was my Halloween costume. Like, I actually bought a Halloween costume. Like, yeah, love that movie. Love everything about it. Fully expected to get hosed at the Oscars for anything that's not like set design or music or, you know, costumes, and, you know, not get any acting or directing or whatever kind of awards. Like, I'm sure it'll get nominated for a bunch of shit, and instead One Battle After Another will win a bunch of shit for
Sure.
shit that I don't understand. Don't understand the big deal about that movie. I'm not going to.
And I definitely agree with you that Sinners is one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
no,
100%.
I know you feel that way, and you just didn't talk about it because you knew I would.
Yeah, and as a horror fan, I will say it might be the best vampire movie ever made, and that on its own, and then it's other things as well.
Yeah.
But it just as a vampire movie, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just, you know, everything about it. You can watch both of the videos that we made about it, because it's
Yeah.
like, it's not actually 51 movies, it's 50, because we
Right,
did 2
that's
videos about
right.
the same movie. 2 other movies that were interesting experiences and that we didn't talk about on video. One is K-pop Demon Hunters, because I didn't see that in the theater. I saw that on Netflix, and would have gone to see it when they put it in the theaters for those sing-along versions in the summer. Would have gone to see it, but we were busy doing other stuff. And when I finally made you watch it, you were like, oh yeah, that was cuter than I thought it would be. That movie for me was way better than it had any right to be. Like,
Yeah.
just, I very much enjoy pop music, so like the music got me, but the storyline and the, just the kind of like not quirky, but like, I don't know, just unexpectedly amusing nature of like almost everything on the screen. And it being a movie about teenage girls and coming into your own, and that kind of stuff, like, hits a space in somebody who's no longer a teenage girl but was a teenage girl at some point. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that movie. Like, absolutely would, have seen it more than once, and forced you to watch it, and just think it's a really great experience this year, like a movie experience this year, and would have been really fun to see in a sing-along version in a theater with a bunch of people who were really into it. Like, it's enough of a concert-y kind of movie that for it to be an in-person group experience would actually add something to it. And I'm sad that I wasn't able to do that. Another movie that we didn't talk about that I think is really, really good that may well get some Oscar nominations and probably won't win anything is Sentimental Value, which I went to see thanks to Kate and David, who told me it was really, really good. And, it's not the kind of movie I actually seek out to go see. But I love Stellan Skarsgård, so, how bad could it be? But yeah, it's just a really, really good, it's a movie about making movies, and it's a movie about actors and acting, but it's about people and their relationships and families and family trauma and people who are emotionally constipated, and not like I don't relate to any of those things at all. So yeah, it's a just very beautifully done acting performances among the three adults in this one family. And then there's a little kid also who has actually kind of only a small part.
Sorry folks, there was a problem with the memory of my phone, so we had to make this video in 2 shots. So you might see a little hiccup there, a little interruption, but we're back and we're going to talk more about movies.
Yeah, so I was talking about Sentimental Value, and just it being, 3 really great performances for the 3 adults in the family, right? Stellan Skarsgård and his 2 daughters. And then one of the daughters has a son who's maybe 6, 7, little kid, who has just a very small role. But both how he is as an actor and the role that he plays at the end of the movie is actually really well done and worth noting. Some other movie experiences that were interesting. So I guess this isn't really a top 5, but moments that are memorable to me. Was going to the Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema.
Yeah.
Which, we've lived in this neighborhood for 10 years, and the festival, I think, is 10 or 11 years old, and we've never gone. And that's just a mistake. We should make a point of going next year,
The problem was that the Regal Cinema doesn't include those movies in their app. So we never saw advertisements for them. And
we always knew it was there. We've talked about going to it more than once.
But by the time we would see it, it was already in progress, and there wouldn't be time to get tickets and get to see a movie.
Right, but it was about making a point to do it, which we've never made a point to do it before. And this year I might have let it pass, but we were doing this thing about talking about movies. So I'm okay, that's a novel thing to do. I made a point of looking at the schedule and trying to find a time that would work. And yeah, it we went to a night where it was a bunch of short films, and that was great, and some of the people who had helped make the films or were in the films were there, and that's a really cool thing. So, I'm really glad we did that, and I would like to do that again.
As people who are amateur cinephiles, we're certainly not qualified for any of this.
Yeah.
But it was really kind of amazing to see this film festival and the excitement and the energy of it.
Yeah, and with the short films too, it almost doesn't matter. The short films have such a small audience anyway, right? I don't know, some famous director, Ryan Coogler, making a 15-minute film is still going to have a smaller audience, right? So these are people that are making stories because they really want to make this story,
right.
Not because they have to fulfill some contract or they're trying to make money or, yes, they're trying to make money and make a name for themselves, but they also have a story they want to tell. And that was really cool and really fun to see.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie, was also just an amazing theatrical experience. Yeah. I think that's a movie that is really worth seeing on the big screen. I can see how seeing it on a big television, you would still see a lot of what the visuals have to show you, but it's so big and over the top. You know, Frankenstein is bigger than anything. You know, Jacob Elordi is a very tall and big human being. The sets where the abandoned castle place where Frank the monster becomes the monster, you know, is just this enormous space in this enormous empty wasteland, you know, and like the enormity of it is I feel like really deserves a big screen. I'm really glad we saw that in the movie theater and didn't just see that on TV. And I also thought it was really, really, really good and really amazing, and was not, you know, I mean, I expected it to be a good movie, but I really didn't expect to appreciate it the way that I did. Other movies that I thought were like unexpected experiences. Two of them were mystery movies that like nobody saw, and these are movies that I think more people should have seen: Last Breath and The Life of Chuck. And both of them are about like people at their extremes of their experiences. And both just very beautifully, carefully done for what they're trying to accomplish, you know? So I really enjoyed both of those movies. I'm sure if you even watched our videos on those two movies, you don't remember those movies. Nobody knows those movies came out this year. And it's the thing that I think is good about the mystery movie program is that at least somebody sees those movies, you know? Like, I would not have bothered to get off the couch to go see either of those movies. As much as I like Tom Hiddleston, as much as I like Simu Liu, I would not. Why would I make the wild effort? And it just makes me think of how many other things I would enjoy like that I don't ever see, because I never even hear about it existing, or if I do hear about it existing, it's like, well, you know. So yeah, it's just like there's so much creativity out there. There's so much, you know, interesting storytelling or interesting visuals, or Last Breath is about something that really fucking happened that's like insane, you know? And people should know that these kinds of insane things happen in the world, right? Like,
I would say that movie, it got to me for a couple of reasons. One was that it was essentially a horror movie.
Yes.
I mean, it's real life events, but often real life is pretty horrific.
Sorry, being in the ocean with a scuba tank is a horror movie no matter what.
In the dark.
In the day, in the Caribbean, that's a horror movie. In the dark, in Scotland, you've got to be fucking shitting me.
Freezing dark with no oxygen and knowing nobody's coming to get you. Jesus, that was a rough movie.
Yeah.
But also amazing. I mean, it was an amazing experience, like you said. And I think it was such a journey into an alien world.
Yes.
The movie is very careful about explaining to you how different conditions are at the bottom of the ocean from anything you've ever experienced in your life. And that was just part of the awe of it, the wonder of it, of just seeing like what it would be like to be at the bottom of the ocean. And it's not a good place. It's not a habitable place. Absolutely not. And so the people who go down there are incredibly brave and just or crazy, and
a little bit of both.
And the movie does a great job of showing that too. And I think it really was mind blowing. Yeah. Life of Chuck. Was sickeningly sweet. It was a saccharine movie through and through, and I absolutely loved it. It was so nice and just kind, and then had a dark edge to it.
Yeah, I don't think it was nice and kind all the way through. Like, it was very much about people and the connections that people have all the way through. But the darkness to it was a thread throughout, you know, like a subtle thread throughout, not that just became clearer at the end. But yeah, that was a really, really good movie.
I mean, the movie's been out for a long time. We can probably just spoil it now.
I'm sure we spoiled it in the video.
But it's divided into 3 sections, and the first section is a straight up horror movie.
Yeah.
It is about the end of the world,
Yeah.
and it is incredibly moving and scary and just kind of dreadful.
Yeah.
In the best way. It's so well done, and it's a mystery because you're like, who is this Chuck guy that everybody's like all these billboards and things are talking about, and meanwhile the world is literally ending.
Yeah. Like the lights are going out in the sky and everything is just disappearing, and it's Chiwetel Ejiofor, and then was it Minnie Driver?
I don't think it was Minnie Driver.
No, it was some other woman of that era,
maybe it was
an actress that you just don't see as much anymore.
And the two of them confronting the literal end of the world.
Yeah.
And knowing there's nothing they can do to stop it, and just trying to be together at the very, very, very end. It's that as a short film, that first section of that movie is brilliant.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie explains to you why the world was ending.
Yeah. And
opens it up into this huge, joyous moment of dance, and is happy to say that life is made up of both horror and dancing. And it really kind of said something to me. And I have a contentious relationship with Stephen King at the best of times. I think I love the man, I love his work, but I sometimes get frustrated with him. And this was easily going to be one of the things I would have been frustrated with if I'd read it as a book.
Yeah, it's a short story, I think.
Yeah. But as a movie, it is just really well made. It was Mike Flanagan directing it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of my favorite directors. And I think that it just really kind of sang in a way that so many movies just don't.
Yeah.
And it is not like the most complicated movie. It's not the most like deep or well written.
It's a movie you've seen before, because it's a movie. In some ways, I guess it has parallels with Sentimental Value, right? Like, it's a movie about an emotionally constipated man who lives with a family that he doesn't quite connect to, is emotionally constipated most of his life, and dies. Like, that story has been written a zillion times, right? But the way it was done as a movie, when it's not linear in time, there's a science fictional element to it that's kind of wrapped into the storytelling of it to basically dramatize death. Like, yeah, I just thought it was so creatively done, and I appreciated the message about it. Like, the little advertising I did see for it made it seem like it was a movie about the glories of life, and it is, but it's also about the glories of life and how people don't take advantage of that and instead constipate themselves to death.
Yeah.
And that's also very real. So, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe these are just the movies that spoke to me the most this year. Whatever.
But there's one more on your list here.
One more on my list. That's one of the first movies we saw this year that, again, I expected nothing from, just went to see because we could see it for 50 cents a piece and with the Regal subscription. One of Them Days was just a delightful piece of hilarious comedy, buddy comedy movie making. And you just don't make, big theater buddy movie comedies like that anymore, and it was perfect. I love that movie.
I don't think we laughed harder in the movies this year.
Naked Gun
was very funny.
Yeah.
And like the plot device at the beginning of Naked Gun, we both were rolling in the aisles. But One of Them Days was consistently just crazy and over the top and anarchic, and just was never afraid to go there, and just had so much fun with itself. Everybody involved was clearly having an amazing time.
Exactly.
Making this movie. They were so happy to be doing this, and it just really radiated through the screen.
Yeah.
The charisma between the two main actors, just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Keke Palmer can do anything.
Sure.
I had never seen, maybe this is his first acting role, I don't know. But yeah, they were great together.
The two of them should never do anything apart from each other. Like they were so good together, and the writing was just sharp as hell, and the plot just was so crazy. And it was just really fun. Was it the smartest movie we saw of the year? No. Was it, the most lush cinematographic,
experience
landscape? No. But it was so damn funny.
It was
and we had
exactly
such a good time.
what it needed to be.
We had such a good time
at
with
the
that
best
movie.
version of what it needed to be.
Absolutely.
And it was actually a good way to kind of start the year. I didn't realize, but like a good way to start the year. And Anaconda really only wishes it was that. like Anaconda was fun, but it wasn't anywhere near as smart or heartfelt or whatever.
All right. So to wrap this up, which is going to take another 20 minutes probably, let's talk about what going to the movies was like in 2025. Because I think it's really interesting. If you watch these videos, you might get the impression that we don't like movies. We had a lot of movies that we kind of panned, a lot of movies that we kind of on.
Yeah.
And I think there is something to that. I think that
kind of the indiscriminate.
A lot of movies these days are just like studio productions that are some guy who's never made a movie making decisions and telling the director what to do.
I mean, that's not that kind of thing isn't any new,
Fair.
Like I feel like when many more movies were being made back in the day, most of them were not that good, you know? Like you remember the really good ones become the classics, and you don't notice that there were 20 other movies that came out the same week as
That's Ghostbusters.
Or I was trying to think of something older than that. But like whatever. Like
Ben-Hur.
Yeah, exactly. Like how many movies came out the same week that no one's watched since, right?
Yeah.
So, I feel like you might think we don't enjoy watching movies because we saw a lot of movies that we weren't in love with. But that's partially because we were not being as selecting as we might be, right? Like you just go to as many of the mystery movies as fit our schedule. We're going to see things that we legitimately do not like or, that we don't find that interesting.
And thank you, Regal Unlimited. That let us see a whole bunch of movies
Exactly.
that wouldn't have been worth $16 to go see, much less $25, which is what I think it is now. And it's like, we saw a ton of movies that we just took a chance on.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did. I'm glad we took those chances, even if we didn't like the movies in the end.
Yeah. I'm glad that we have the subscription and that the Movie Pass, and then the Regal subscription has encouraged us to just see more movies. Mm-hmm. I've seen more movies in the last 5 or 6 years than I probably had seen in the previous 15, like in the theater. And I think that has real value. Like the actual being in the movie theater experience is a little dubious. People have lost the idea that there's anyone else in the world besides them.
Yes.
And I really did treasure that feeling of like wanting movies to continue and come back like after they were closed for the pandemic. Mm-hmm. We started going back to the movie. I mean, there are plenty of people who have never been in a movie theater since 2020, right? Like people just got out of the habit. And when we started going back in 2021, like there was literally nobody there, right? Or there'd be like 3 other people in the movie theater. And that was both good and bad, right? Like part of going to the movies is being around other people, like, and being in a movie theater where other people are discovering, like what's actually happening here, or, realizing that they're enjoying something they didn't expect to enjoy is just a really positive experience, being in the movie theater to see Sinners the first time when nobody knew what they were going to see, really. Like being there with that audience actually mattered.
Yes.
When we saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, like was an audience of people who were just so into that movie and just like us really did not know what they were seeing. And was just like, what, in all of the best ways. And we had some moments like that this year. And so, I will continue going to the movies in person and just, continuing to put my hand up to block out the person next to me's phone so that I'm not looking at the light from their phone, and just continuing on with that.
Pretending like you don't want to wring their necks because they're having a loud conversation in the middle of the damn movie.
Yeah, that too.
Like nobody ever told them you're not supposed to do that.
Yep. Yeah, because again, not everybody else is really that real. There are only a few real people, and they are the people they personally know and are sitting next to, and everybody else is a figment of their imagination.
Yeah.
But yeah,
okay.
That's not unique to the movie-going experience. That is a problem in the world at the moment in general.
But like you said, there's still a reason to go to an actual theater and see a movie with 100 other people in the dark.
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once was an outlier. That movie, it was 100 people experiencing, or however many 100 people, experiencing pure joy all at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was just intoxicating. It was waves of happy pheromones flooding that theater. Sinners, the excitement and the craziness and the oh shit moment of the burning down the house scene and it's just everybody there was having a good time, like even when they were scared. That was a great movie experience. But I would say that even like the smaller movies that we saw, like the duller ones and stuff, like yes, you still get something from being in a room with other people. You get to experience like, hey, you're not alone in all this. Whatever you're feeling, other people are feeling it too.
Absolutely.
And the other thing I was going to say was, for all that are complaining about the movies, I mean, there were some real standouts this year. Sinners alone would have been worth the price of the Unlimited program. But also the mystery movies. What an incredible program this has turned out to be.
Dead of Winter is another one that I was going to put on my list to talk about. Nobody saw that movie. Nobody knows that movie existed.
Nobody would have seen it if they did. It was the sales pitch for it was terrible, but the actual movie is great.
It's not just the sales pitch for it. I mean, it's a movie about Emma Thompson as an old woman,
in like Wisconsin or whatever, Minnesota.
And but it was great. It wasn't great, but it was fun.
Emma
it was
Thompson
really good.
Is a great actress,
and she is a great actress.
Absolutely sold that role. And Judy Greer.
That's right.
Who I've always loved as an actress. Always she's always the second person on the marquee. She's the supporting actress. She's the consummate, ultimate supporting actress of all time as far as I'm concerned. She is always good in whatever role she's given, doesn't take the spotlight, doesn't have to be the biggest ego in the room, and that is such a valuable thing to be in a movie, to just be part of the production. That movie was great. We had a really good time with that. Again, that was a mystery movie.
Expected nothing from
it. There are some real stinkers in the mystery movies. Like Mastermind was god awful. But
I swear to God, that movie is going to win some major award, because I just keep seeing it discussed in.
I never understand.
Whatever.
But anyway, the point is that Regal, I think, tried to squash the mystery movie program this year, because the person who had been in charge of it after the pandemic left Regal.
I don't think that's the case, because
I read about this.
Okay.
I read about this.
So they thought about
squashing it. They went to one mystery movie a month. People were so angry about that they had to bring it back full force. And now they're doing more mystery movies than ever. They're doing these horror mystery movies where they tell you it's a horror movie, which I really appreciate. They did a kids horror movie, or a kids mystery movie. They've done. They did a Valentine's Day mystery movie. They're trying a new thing now where they're bringing anime out as a mystery movie kind of thing. As a showcase. And it's not just one anime, but you get a day full of anime. And it's just it's such a brilliant thing. And it has made our lives so much richer, because we've just seen movies we never would have seen. And it's that wonderful experience of cinema, right? Which is, it's all about every director, every actor, every scriptwriter wanting to do something that has not been done before. And when it works, it's magic. It really is. So we love the mystery movie program. We love Real Unlimited. We're still not sponsored or in any way supported or condoned by the Regal Corporation.
And not all of these movies we saw at Regal. And because Regal is just not getting the stuff that's in limited release.
They don't like the high tone stuff. They don't like the really smarty pants stuff.
But they get some of the smarty pants stuff
as mystery movies.
Some of it, but they're movies that like AMC will get, and Regal doesn't. And I'm like, Yeah, I mean, we saw Frankenstein at the Angelica.
Yep. And still our favorite place to go see a movie, Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build one of those in Queens, mofos. Come
Really,
on now.
please build one in Queens.
Yeah.
We'll get we'll buy a subscription.
Regal adopt the model. Like,
sure.
Just, you know, I can see you trying it at Estes Crossing. Like, make it work.
Yeah, but they still wouldn't have the Alamo popcorn.
No, they wouldn't. That's true.
And that is a joy in itself.
That's true.
So anyway, movies 2025.
The $64,000 question.
Yeah, this is the spoiler I talked about at the end. Or at the very beginning of the video, I said there was going to be a spoiler.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Do we do this in 2026?
On 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Okay.
Of course we are.
Okay.
We're still going to have a limited subscription. I've already paid for mine. We're gonna keep going and see the mystery movies. Of course, we're gonna make videos. What else are we gonna do?
All right.
We love talking about movies. We love, spouting our opinions into the universe and talking until people make us stop talking.
All right.
Yeah. So we're gonna go see movies. We're gonna make videos. It's gonna be great.
All right.
2026 is the year we get monetized.
You say that like it's a goal.
It's not.
That would actually be a disaster.
It would suck. That would become my job.
Yeah, I just want us to sit here and talk to each other about movies.
Fair enough.
That's it.
All right.
We're glad that you watched.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you.
Yes, thank you very much for
If you watch more than one of these, we very much appreciate you. If you watch more than 2 of these, we super appreciate you.
we do see all the comments, and we see the comments and the likes, and we do appreciate them.
Yeah.
I'm not the best at keeping up on social media, so I don't always respond to all the comments, but it has meant a lot that people have watched these.
Yeah.
And we hope that even more people will watch it next year.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay. All right.
So until then, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a good holiday.
Yeah.
And until next time.
We'll see you in 2026.
Bye.